Tonight, from Seattle, Washington, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Off the bootleg. Bear. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. For 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
41, the ball carrier.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 20 carries, 5 yards past 100, and a touchdown.
When you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent: you didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you're probably getting some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Byer. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36.
1st and 10 at the 36.
A good pickup there, a 22. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Taken down.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. From the gun, Bear. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. On 1st down, Byer. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 23 yards, the final tally.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make it.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Cowboys take over.
So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
They'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Operating from the gun. Done. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They go over over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. That catch good for only a couple.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
To throw on second down. Bear. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
At the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 38-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Seahawks 7. Cowboys nothing.
Looking to throw on second down. Byer. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Number 87.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. To throw on second down. Bear. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On 3rd down, Byer. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. From 17 yards out. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit. 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Jet sweep to start the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now again, right side. Rivers. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll set up to throw. Eluding the... No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it's cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Looking to throw. Bear firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll try and run for it. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And our attention shifts here to the Seahawks defense. And they've created a major first-half storyline with the pressure they've been able to create.
And I know that the good teams adjust from series to series. They make their adjustments on the sideline before they go back out. In this case, I think they might need a little bit more time. They want to get to the half and start figuring out how do they change protections, how do they get the ball in the hands of the passer a lot quicker, make sure he doesn't get hit as often, all those different things. Maybe even run the ball a little bit more. Anything to try and tamp down the pressure.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
And 10 yards to go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it.
But it's 4th.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Seahawks 21.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it? And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And
takes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Rolling to his right. He'll run it. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way. Up to the 47.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
He's taken down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. The throw right sideline here is complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
First and goal.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, look what we have here. A sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On second down now, Rivers, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Byer looking for his running back, and he's got him. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Taken down.
So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down. But now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a first and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
A loss of 6 yards. It's second down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a handoff here to his running back. Down right around the 25. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And his kick here is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the kicking team.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard. And
he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
The point after is good, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give them a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Cowboy first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richards. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
2nd and 11. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. And it's...
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Throwing on 1st down. Bear throwing left side. It's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now a handoff looking right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From the gun, Byer, flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his...
Victory here for Seattle. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. It'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought 2 words for this ball game: methodical and predictable. And both of them came together.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Thank you.